Okay, first things first, before we get into any of this, all I want to say is that if you're watching this when this video first goes out, this week is my birthday. And all I really want for my birthday is for you to try this tutorial and send me a picture of it on Instagram once you do. Wink, wink. No, but seriously, I'm Becca with the Happy Ever Crafter, and in this week's video, I'm going to show you this super simple birthday card design that you can definitely create even if you think you're not artsy enough. All right, so as always, first things first, going over the tools. I have a ruler. I also have a pencil, and this is going to be just to do some rough guidelines. Then I have my micron pens. I have a 01, 03, and 05, but you can use whatever drawing pens you want. I just like these because they're archival and they stay on for a long time. And then I have a brush pen, but again, you can write with whatever you want. I'm just really comfortable with brush calligraphy, so that's how I'm going to write happy birthday. So first thing, I'm going to actually open up this card. I just don't like working on a card with two layers. And I'm going to take my ruler and start drawing some guidelines. So you can draw these wherever you want. I suggest doing kind of like you're splitting the card in 3 sections. So I'm just going to add my first line here, and then I'm going to measure how much room I gave myself from the top of the card to that line, and then I'm going to repeat the same thing at the bottom. So now I have it split up, and I'm going to start adding some flowers. You could do this with pencil off the bat if you want, if you're not comfortable, but I'm actually going to jump right in and use my Micron 03, and I'm just adding some kind of like leaves and vines and things like that. If you've never seen how to draw leaves and vines, I actually have a whole video about that. You can go check that out. But I'm just going to kind of jump in here, and I'm using that pencil line as my boundary. So I'm starting all of my stuff on that line and working up towards the top of the card. And I'm just going to fill this out with all sorts of different leaves and vines. You can use whatever styles you want. You could draw flowers, you could draw just leaves and vines, you could do a mix of both. It's really whatever you want here, but the idea is that you use that pencil guideline as your boundary. So you don't ever go over that, because under there is where we're going to write all the lettering. So just take your time, fill out the top and the bottom in this exact same way, and you can give it as much detail and dimension as you want or as little as you want. Once I've finished drawing all the outlines, I'm going to add some detail and dimension here. I'm just going to put some lines in some of the leaves, but this is totally personal preference. You could just leave it as a blank line drawing, how it was at the very beginning, but I'm going to do this and add a little bit of contrast. Also, don't be afraid to flip your card upside down. You don't have to work on it in the same direction the whole time. I find it much easier to draw in an upwards direction than a downwards. So as soon as I'm done the top, I flip it over to do the bottom. Okay, once I'm finished the flowers and I'm happy with them, I'm going to use my ruler and my pencil again to draw myself some guidelines for my lettering. I'm just going to be writing happy birthday, but you could write whatever you want. So just give yourself some guidelines however you like. And of course, I'm doing calligraphy because that's what I specialize in, but you could write it in block letters, you could write it in just your normal handwriting, you could do whatever you like. So I'm writing happy birthday, but I'm starting with the lettering for birthday because that part's going to be in calligraphy, which is harder to place on the page. And then I'm going to write the word happy in block letters above it. So roughing in the word birthday in pencil first, and then I'm going to add some more guidelines above and rough in the word happy. Once I have all of my pencil lettering drawn, I'm going to use my Micron 01 and I'm going to write the word happy in my block letters. And then I'm going to grab my Tombow Furunosuke brush pen and I'm going to use that to write the word birthday in my modern calligraphy. And I actually want this lettering to be a little bit thicker, so I'm doing sort of a second coat on it, but again, all of this is personal preference. Once all of that's finished, I'm just going to erase all of my guidelines. If you're using a pen that might smudge, I definitely recommend waiting for this to dry, but because I used archival ink, it's really dry already and I can erase this right away. And there you have it, your completed birthday card. It looks fancy and it looks really full, but it's pretty simple when you break it down. And again, it's my birthday this week, so if you wouldn't mind, I would love to see you create this. Just send me a picture of it on Instagram at the Happy Ever Crafter, and it's gonna basically be like you're sending me a birthday card. Or if you don't want to create this card and you just want to give me a gift, I would love it if you would hit like on this video and then subscribe to the channel. That's always appreciated too. But seriously, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Next up, I'm going to link you to another birthday card tutorial I have, and hope you like that one too. I'll see you over there.